So, doing self purging, which I'm not doing right about now, and I've noticed as well, if I'm not doing my self purging, I cannot think about anything. Because before I would do purging every single day, and that could be a problem. Because if you do purging every single day, as for me, from my experience, when I purge all the things that's within me, I have to think about it. So then when I have guests and stuff and people coming into the house, that could be a problem because my body is still not healed because it takes time for at least an hour to an hour and a half for my pressure body and all that stuff inside of thinking and the blood going up. It takes time for it to all go release from thinking all them toxic things and letting it go. It's great because you're doing shadow work. That's the whole thing about shadow work. But then there has to be a time where you have to take at least an hour by yourself till it cools down. Then you start getting all the powers from the purging. But first you have to let it go for an hour or so. So I've learned that. So this is why I do like one day of purging. So a whole day I do dopamine fast, which I've tried and I love it. I think it's a brilliant thing. But I add some things to it as well. So I add dopamine fasting, and that would be just every once. I'll do it once, and then the next day I'll do whatever I want, and then the next day I'll do it once, and it's like that. So every time I do it once, and the next day heal. And when I'm not purging and I'm not doing my dopamine fast, then I'm doing as every single day I do. I one time a meal a day, no fat hard mode. I don't even know how long it's been right about now because I haven't been thinking about it. So it's been a long time. I could say at least 3 months, and yeah, so no fat hard mode, dopamine fast, no fat hard mode, and one meal a day. That happens every single day. I do that every single day, so that's part of life for me. And then when I do my dopamine fast with the whole no fat hard mode and one meal a day, that really helps to feel the emotions to come up. So that's a bonus up there as well. But yeah, I do recommend trying to have one day off where you're not doing any purging whatsoever. All you're doing is just relaxing and giving your body the time to relax for a whole day and just do its thing. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just sitting down right here, relaxing. I can have my phone on and watch some anime, some cartoons. Or if I get headache, I'm not really interested in them so much right now, which I'm quite confused why. Because I do love anime, but as soon as I watch it, I'm like, oh, I've watched it so many times, so it's okay. But if I feel like I want to watch something, I watch like one episode. But to be honest with you, what I love right about now when I'm not doing my purging is just sitting down. It's like this. Just my mind doesn't have any toxic thoughts, doesn't think about anything. So I'm really chilled out and I feel like blissed. I've never felt so much blissed. So I do recommend if you're ever going to do something for depression or anxiety, which I had most of my life, and it was terrible. Most of all, to beat it, you have to self-purge. So you have to go within. I think depression, anxiety is just telling you that your body has gone through way too much and you've bottled up too much things. So it's letting you know, hey, we have to go within. That's all the part of depression, anxiety, but it goes away after as soon as you purge, it goes away. So if you do have depression, anxiety, do recommend this to purge, which I have videos uploaded as well. You can see how I do my purging, and then you can purge your stuff as well, and then you'll see the result for yourself. It's not me just saying it; you see the results for yourself as well. And no one can help you with these kind of things. You have to do yourself. So know thyself. So my tactics are very confusing if you don't understand what sensation means. So that's why I always tell people you have to understand what sensation means. So you have to find what that feeling is. As soon as you find what that feeling is, then you're more than okay to do it because you know how it feels. So you can do it while standing. Because sometimes sitting down doesn't work. So you have to stand up. Sometimes even thinking about a thought doesn't work. Sometimes it's so bottled in that it doesn't want to come out. But you can feel it if you do some certain movements, walking around, certain things. You can feel it, but it's slowly coming out. Just like because you have so many babies inside you, so many different personalities inside you. Scared one, angry one, frightful one. They're all over the place. That's why you always change every time we evolve. Every day we evolve, or we can de-evolve. If you are not looking after yourself and you're drinking or smoking, taking drugs, taking weed, all these things, and you're not evolving, you're de-evolving because you're running away from your problems, you're de-evolving. And when you de-evolve, you start to attract things which are de-evolved in your same circumstances, and you start to notice that because you're not feeling peace. And law of attraction, how it works for me, it is about what you think as well, but it is as well how you feel as well. So if you have so many things in there, it doesn't matter. You don't have to make yourself happy. So a lot of people say, oh, think positive, think positive. That can be draining because if you force yourself to feel positive, it could be draining. Have you ever noticed that? Because I've done that where I'm like, okay, so that's all I have to do is think positive and then everything will be cool. But that doesn't work, because if you think positive and you have things bottled up, it doesn't work, because inside of you, there's too much toxicity, too much pain, too much suffering, too much experience that you've run away and bottled up from. So you don't have to think positive. Positive should be emptiness, which is right now for me. I feel nothing. I feel emptiness in my brain. It's like so clear. Oh, bliss. And to get that, you have to purge it out. Because when you purge it out and the thoughts still coming in your mind, you can let it go, because you don't feel it no more. You don't feel the pain. If you do feel the pain, that means you can't just meditate and say, hey, I'm going to let go. You can't let go, because it's always going to be there. Even now, my thoughts are always going to be there, but I can heal it, so I no longer feel fear or anger towards it. That's to me, that's how I forgive, because I'm letting it go. But then I'm loving myself to heal it, so then I don't take the punishment for it. I let it go, and it's gone. So if it does come, it just goes like a cloud. It all just passes through. And then now I feel bliss, because I've purged it out. So now when I relax and I chill and I'm giving myself a whole day just to relax, watch whatever I want, watch some cartoons and all them kind of things, whatever I enjoy, whatever you enjoy, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Yeah, then I give myself that relaxing day where I can sit down and I have no problems of any thoughts or anything like that. And if they do come, they just go easily, because they no longer make me feel any kind of anger or anything like that. So they just go. And yeah, if you ever do try this, do go for, if you want to make the benefits quicker for no fat, because a lot of people are no fat. And the quicker, if you want to get benefits quicker, do 1 meal fasting as well. And with no fat as well, you have to do some purging. I know a lot of people do no fat without purging, but if you do no fat, it's just going to allow you to feel all the emotions that you ran away from. There's no point in you doing it if you're not going to feel it. And a lot of people do it for girls, which I understand that. But to attract the right people, I think you have to be the right person yourself. So that's why right now I'm not looking for anybody. I do wanted somebody, but I understand at the same time I shouldn't be desperate. And this is part of purging. You start to see all these things that you never knew about yourself. Like, oh God, and it's okay. You love yourself for that, because it's part of life. It's part of you being on planet Earth. It's the experience what planet Earth is about. It's the experience what love is: heartbreak, cheating, backstabbing, families, problems, friends. All these things is just an experience for you to understand what it is, because you're here to feel. Because as your avatar body, right, in a higher dimension, right, as your higher self, right, when you come into this dimension, your higher self doesn't know these kind of feelings, so it wants to experience these kind of feelings, because it's basically just energy, and energy can't feel anything. It's just there. It's always living. It's always there. Everything's there. So to come here, it's like, hey, you get to feel things, even eating and stuff like that, taste and taste buds. That's why we have this body, this avatar body, is to give us these sensations that we can't do in a higher self way, because all we are is just spirit, we're all energy. So this body right here is an avatar, which we made ourselves, which is brilliant, and it helps us feel stuff, sensations. So I can feel my hands, when I eat, I can taste stuff, when I stroke my hair, I can feel it. When I talk, when all of these things are things that we take into not take for granted, is things that we can't do in the higher self of ours. When we manifest things, we can't feel anything. We're just the spirit. That's what we are. So when we come here, we've made this avatar body to be with it and experience things, and learn from it. So then we can have it forever. It's always going to be this. And whenever we need it, we understand how it feels to eat. We understand how it feels to have fun. We understand how to, in Kakashi Records, so we record all this. So we always have it from our past, from our ancestors, and all these things from our old avatars, from our past avatars, from reincarnation. And we come here just to experience and experience again. It's like a game, because it's part of boring life and living in a dimension where it's just nothing happening. You just have whatever you want whenever you want. Coming here and forgetting, it's like an experience that's no other, because you're forgetting. And you don't know that you forgot who you are. You don't know what's happening. So experiencing is like, it's going to be more real. Because if you know what happened, then you're just going to choose to go for things, that will benefit you, because you're like, okay, I know I'm in a game now, I know what this was all about, then it's like, it's not fun. But when you come here, you don't know anything, and you forgot everything, you don't know who you are, and you just like think this is the first time you've been here, and it's exciting, because you're like, oh my God, you're gonna try things that you never thought you was gonna try. But that's part of the experience, is about just not remembering, getting really just in it and not knowing what's happening. You're getting, part of life is not knowing, you're just right here experiencing all these experiences, nervousness, shyness, what people think of you, all these things, it's all part of emotion. So it's wicked, isn't it? But here I am right now, still evolving every single day. I'm trying my best to evolve every single day, and I'm loving it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm loving every experience that I'm going through, and I'm in peace. And that's why I want to help people. I try to stay away from toxic people because I grew up as an empath and I grew up with narcissistic cousins. You know, very very harsh people, very like self-dissolved to the self and stuff like that, and just take, and never give. So growing up with and very gossipers and lies and stuff like that. Even when you talk to them, they already gossip before and start problems with other people, and then will talk to you, but they're the ones who really been doing all the damage behind your back. So see, this is even part of experience. See, like right now, that's part of experience for me because I would never know what that feels, you know, to have such people. Like I never understood people, but now I'm like, okay, like there's people like that that do exist and stuff like that, and that helps you understand is that you can't be angry at other people. You don't know where they're coming from for them to be behaving. That's a lot of people. People like that are suffering. They really are suffering. People like that hate themselves. People like that don't like themselves. People like that are going through really bad, traumatizing experiences. But it doesn't mean you feel sorry for them because I've been through worse and I have never hurt someone or done what they've done. Because in the end of the day, I'm an empath and it's just not part of me. So I've always felt like I never fitted in. And you shouldn't feel sorry for these kind of people. You just have to stay away from them because they're not going to benefit you. It's always take. And that's how they see it. Their brain is such in that kind of mode that you can't change who they are. And you're not here to change anybody. You're here just to help yourself. And when you help yourself, you help other people around you and you attract the right people and the right people come at the right time. And then you can bond a whole big group and you have a big group of trust and love and security. Then you can go out there and help more people, you know what I mean? But then you have a secure unit of people in the same environment, same vibration as you, and want the same for you, love you as much as much as you love them. So that's what you have to put yourself around. I grew up in a narcissistic household, so I've always give, but now I know is I have to give myself, I have to love myself. And as soon as I love myself, then I can give to the people that I want to give because I love them. So when I love them, I want to give them out of my love, out of my heart, and say, you know what, I do really appreciate you, and I want to, and I don't want to give them a gift to show them I appreciate them, but that's part of life. It's always nice to give someone, you know, I mean, give them a hug, you know, I mean, just go out with them, eat together, do some shopping together, hang out whenever you can, you know, it doesn't have to be every day, but you show appreciation to the people who love you, but you don't have to be rushing. First of all, I like to find myself, you know, do all of these things. I don't do meditation, but hopefully in the future I'll do it. But for now, most of all, is my dopamine fast, which I really like, and then it's no fat pod mode, and it's purging, and it's 1 meal a day. So these four things are absolute together. They're like a energy explosion of just peace. At first, it's going to be hard, but you just have to keep doing it. It is very hard at the beginning, you know, of everything, you know what I mean? But slowly, you'll get there and you develop and you develop. Man, I feel like I'm in heaven. I feel my mind is so clear, so beautiful.